I'm live now on both platforms. I'm live on my, let me see how, 77%. All right, cool. I'm live on my Instagram and I'm live on my Facebook. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up, mamas? What's up, papas? What's up, gods and goddesses? What's up, kings and queens? What's up to all my healthy people out there? What's up, Fabian? Ow. Good evening to you. Good evening, good evening. I truly hope that my broadcast on Facebook, it don't delete itself, because lately sometimes or whatever, like my Facebook don't be treating me right. It be cutting off or whatever. And I don't have another device to come on. You get what I'm saying? I'm a start going live on my laptop so that that issue don't happen. But if you're on my Facebook or whatnot, just know that I'm also live on my Instagram. And my Instagram is Nutritional Healing. And today's topic of discussion is going to be about the mucusless diet healing system by Professor Arnold E. Rett. If you guys are all familiar with that, Professor Arnold E. Rett. Hi, Tia. Tia is my baby, by the way, if you guys didn't know. How you doing? You have a birthday coming up. So tonight's discussion is going to be about the mucusless diet healing system by Professor Arnold E. Rett. He is one of because everybody got this thing about Dr. Sebi, right? Dr. Sebi, Dr. Sebi, Dr. Sebi. But what a lot of people don't know is that Dr. Sebi also recommends teachings from Arnold E. Rett. And one of his famous books is a scientific method of eating your way to health, mucusless diet healing system, okay, and rational fasting. So I got both of those books. I have rational fasting and I have also this one. So in this live broadcast, I'm just going to read like the introduction to the mucusless diet so that you all can get an idea of how to approach you get what I'm saying, how to approach your diet or whatever, or even just like some information that you can also share to someone else if they are going through a particular situation, right? So I'm going to give you all some herbal recommendations. Yes, the herbal recommendations is going to be coming from the products that I provide, because again, I am a one woman show here, and I'm teaching, I'm providing information, and love is love, right? So again, if you are on my if you're on my Facebook, know that I am live on Instagram as well. So if it happens to cut off on Facebook, go over to my Instagram at Nutritional Healing. I love you. Thank you so much for sharing. I love you too. I love you too. I love all of you guys. I love the support. Happy Monday. For everybody that's just coming in, again, happy Monday. We're kicking off the week. We just have to gather ourselves, ground ourselves, just be in tune with ourselves. You understand? Not letting people take us out our zone, just being very conscious and mindful of the things that we are taking into our body. And what I mean by conscious of things that we're taking into our body, I'm not only speaking about the foods that we're eating, but I'm also speaking about the things that we are engaging in, like all that ratchet shit and all that. Yeah, it's fun, it's cool, because I'm the last person to be talking about ratchetness, because I get ratchet, like real life ratchet, right? But it's not all the time, all the time. Like a lot of us, we just all the time with it. Like, like, when is it going to stop? You get what I'm saying? When is it going to stop? Because spiritually is not healthy for our spirit, for our soul. That shit get tiring after a while. Like my peoples would tell you, like I be like, yo, I don't even want to hear that no more. Like I don't even care. You understand? Like you got to get to a point where you tell your friends and families, like, yo, listen, at the end of the day, I don't even give a shit. Okay? At the end of the day, I don't even give a shit, because we are all on this, like, like mind, body, and soul, trying to elevate, trying to grow. Not trying, we're elevating, we're growing, we're expanding, we're healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually. So at the end of the day, it's not just about the foods that we're eating, but it's also about the things that we are engaging ourselves in, so again, thank you and welcome to everyone that is tuned in today. Like I said, mentioned before, today's topic is going to be about the mucusless diet, mucusless diet by Professor Arnold E. Rett. He is another person that I study up under, okay, because he got that science down pat, all right, alongside with Dr. Sebi, because a lot of people think it's all about Dr. Sebi, but no, it is not. Okay, shout out to Dr. Sebi. Yes, we love Dr. Sebi. Okay, but he's not the only one that's out here doing things, or was doing things, or who got this system on lock, right? So let's get into this, right? By the way, all right, the field of science, Professor Arnold E. Rett's proclamation. Okay, let's just get into what I wanted to share with you all for tonight. And I put up this post about I was going live today, and I also recommended people to ask your questions or whatnot. I truly did. I said, listen, actually I only did that on Instagram. So Facebook, y'all gotta pass. But still, you guys know that when you come on my live or whatnot, like this is a place where you're learning. This is not a place where, sometimes people be scared to ask questions. Like, don't be scared to ask no questions, because you're gonna wind up missing out on some information that you truly wanted to know about. And then two, you are going to eventually wind up sending me a paragraph long of whatever it is that you wanted to ask, and 9 out of 10 times I'm not going to really read it. I'm going to skim through it. Like, all right, what's the point here? You get what I'm saying? Because I'm just not good with that. I'm just not good with that. So let's talk about, okay, so let's go into the general introductory principle, right? So the general introductory principle: every disease, no matter what name it is known by medical science, is its constipation. We understand that that's something that Dr. Sebi also used to teach, right? Dr. Sebi used to say, like, listen, it don't matter what the name is. Rather, if you have inflammation in the lungs, is longitis or whatever, you get what I'm saying? If you have inflammation here, it doesn't matter. And longitis, I just forget the name of it right now. It's not a word, okay? I'm making shit up. I'll be making words up. But at the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't matter where or what the disease is. It is a buildup of constipation, okay? So it don't matter if you have, like, say for example, you have cancer, pancreatic cancer. You got a buildup of constipation in the pancreas. If it's stomach cancer, or if it's breast cancer, if it's prostate cancer, right? All of this just means is that you have a buildup of toxins in that particular area. All it is constipation. Okay? All it is constipation. So let's get into this, right? So every disease, no matter what name it is known by medical science, it is constipation, a clogging up of the entire pipe system of the human body. That is what is known as constipation. Any special symptom is therefore merely an extraordinary local constipation by more accumulated mucus at this particular place. Special accumulation points are the tongue, the stomach, and particularly the entire digestive tract. So hear me out. Let me break that down real quick, right? So you ever, like, for some of us, when we wake up in the morning or whatever and our tongues is coated, like that shit look like who did it? You get what I'm saying? Or it's just coated with plaque, I'm going to say, or white stuff. That goes to show you the how can I say, that goes to show you the status of your digestive system. Because when you're fasting, as we all know, that's when we're sleeping, right? We're not eating for like 12 hours or 9 hours. That's a slight fast. When you're fasting, your organs and things of that nature, it starts to break down certain foods and things of that nature, and it dumps it in the bloodstream. And if your you get what I'm saying, foods ain't up to par, and you're not practicing proper food combination or whatever the situation is, you're going to wake up, and especially late night eating, you're going to wake up with coating on your tongue. Okay, and that is, as the book just said, that is a special point where you can tell rather or not if, you get what I'm saying, you need to cleanse or not, right? You need to cleanse. So, special accumulation points are the tongue, the stomach, and particularly the entire digestive tract. This last is the real and deeper cause of bowel constipation. The average person has as much as 10 pounds of uneliminated feces in the bowels, continually poisoning the bloodstream and the entire system within itself. Okay? Think of that. All right? That's what I just finished saying. All right, that's what I just finished saying. I'm speaking about when we are not properly combining our foods and things of that nature. The foods that we're eating is not eliminating properly, and what happens is these foods that are not properly being eliminated, it gets dumped into the bloodstream. Okay, it gets dumped into the bloodstream, and that's when a lot of people suffer from, fatigue, lots of fatigue going on, lightheaded. You're very lightheaded. All right. Your blood circulation is not properly, flowing the way it's supposed to be flowing, right? Because you have a lot of toxins that is circulating throughout the bloodstream. You see, is that why the whites of the eyes are yellow? At times, yes. That's a form of jaundice. Okay, that's accumulation of fats. All right. Every sick person has a more or less mucus clogged system. Such mucus being derived from undigested and uneliminated unnatural food substances accumulated from childhood on. And this is the reason why I speak about fasting periodically. You get what I'm saying? I speak about fasting periodically. And shout out to my sister Malika Ali. I just seen she checked in, or she's watching this. You want to get with her. She does more of the nutritional aspects more than me. I do both. I do the spiritual thing and I teach about the nutritional thing because it goes intertwined with one another. But that's my sister right there. So I'm shouting her out. Malika Ali. She doing a damn thing. And one day we will get on the broadcast and she can share what she's doing. Right? What was I saying? Such mucus being derived from undigested and uneliminated unnatural food substances accumulated from childhood on. Details regarding this fact may be learned by reading my Rational Fasting and Regenerated Diet book. So you want to get 2 books. When you want to start with, and again, yes, I always recommend people to take my class. Okay, I recommend people to take my class. But if you want to, we gotta read, like read. We have to start reading. Okay, like seriously, like we have to start reading and breaking shit down. Like at the end of the day, some of us don't know how to read. And what I mean by some of us don't know how to read is because we don't understand what we're reading. So you don't know how to read. So we have to get back into reading and jogging that mental or that left brain. Breaking shit down, being analytical with words and subjects. So, details regarding this, meaning regarding the uneliminated accumulated foods from childhood, details regarding this fact may be learned by reading my Rational Fasting and Regeneration Diet book. Okay, my mucus theory and mucusless diet healing system stands unshaken. It has proven the most successful compensation action, so-called cure against every kind of disease. By its systematic application, thousands of declared incurable patients could be saved. Okay, the mucusless diet consists of all kinds of raw and cooked fruits, starchless vegetables, and cooked or raw mostly green leaf vegetables. The mucusless diet healing system is a combination of individually advised long or short fast with progressively changing menus of non-mucus forming foods. This diet alone can heal every case of disease without fasting, although such a cure requires longer time. The system itself will be expounded in later on these lessons, right? However, to learn how to apply the system, right, to understand how and why it works, it is necessary to free your mind. Okay, free your mind, all right, from medical errors, partially taken over by naturopathy. In other words, I must teach you a new psychology, all right, or physiology free from medical errors, because we all know that the medical system, the fucking doctors in the red coat, they ain't about that life. They're not about that healing life. That's why you have people such as me, such as myself, that's into the herbs, that's into the natural ways of living and thinking and eating and things of that nature that will help you to, in a sense, reverse the things that the medical officials is saying that you cannot be cured from. Because till this day, you go to a medical official, they tell you ain't no such thing as a cure for cancer, which is a big fucking lie. The lie detector determined it was a lie. Okay? Okay? It's a lie. All right? So let's not go there with, the doctor said the medical, we scratched that. It's 2018, about to be, first of all, scratch that 2018. It's 2020. Okay, we heading up to the 2020s and things of that nature. Let's start to think futuristic things. That if we claim to be of this earth, if we claim to be gods and things like that, one of the main thing that Dr. Sabi taught me or whatever, or passed down to my Jetna, who she passed down to me. One of the things that Dr. Sabi said, he said there is every single coating in a plant has a match to the human body to cure any type of diseases. And my friend and Dr. Sabi, my Jetna and Dr. Sabi was very close. So he will put her on to a whole lot of stuff, and she will put me on to a whole lot of stuff that was taught by him. So at the end of the day, there's no such thing as there's no cure for this and there's no cure for that, because that's a big time lie. Okay, so in this book, the mucusless diet He now explains and says to you, listen, I'm trying to get your mind out of thinking the medical way. You see what I'm saying? We got to get our minds of thinking that the doctors and stuff is here to save us. The nigga in the white coat, if that's the case, nigga, Jesus is going to come. You see, Jesus is going to come, and Jesus ain't coming for your ass. Okay? So, I must teach you a new physiology free from medical errors, a new method of diagnosing, a correction of the fundamental errors of metabolism, high protein foods, blood circulation, blood composition, and last but not least, you must be taught. Okay? What vitality really is. To medical science, the human body is still a mystery, which is true. To human science, the medical body, let me tell you something. This is what I've learned from Jewel Pookrum. Okay, what I learned from Jewel Pookrum, Dr. Jewel Pookrum, for those that are like in their mid-30s, y'all might know Jewel Pookrum, but for the younger ones, you want to look into Jewel Pookrum, right? So Jewel Pookrum, she said to me, or was it Dr. Africa? I think it was Dr. Africa. Yeah, I think it was Dr. Africa. Dr. Africa said, whenever you go into the medical officials or whatever, or you go for a checkup or whatnot, or was it one of them? I don't know, but let me share it. I don't know if it was Jewel Pookrum or I don't know if it was Jewel Pookrum or Dr. Africa, but what I want to say is that whenever you go into the medical officials or go for a checkup, understand that their guidelines is not based on black folks. Their guidelines is based on the health of Caucasian people. So if them niggas is telling you that you okay, you need to look into that just a tad bit more, because their guidelines is not based on the human body of a melanated person. You understand? Their guidelines is based on their health conditions, white folks' health conditions. And we understand that the body type of, or the molecular structure of Caucasian people versus melanated people or black folks is completely different. So I can't go to the medical, you get what I'm saying? I can't go to the doctor and feel like I'm safe, because they're not, the guidelines that they're testing you on is not even based on a black woman or a black man's guideline. And this is why in this book he says, to medical science, the human body is still a mystery, especially in disease condition, which is true. Or they just not giving up that cure, which they won't, because it's all a business, right? So, every new disease discovered by the doctors is a new mystery for them. There are no words to properly express how far from the truth they actually are. Naturopathy uses the word vitality continually, yet neither medical scientists nor naturopaths can tell what vitality is. Not only is it necessary to eradicate all of these errors from your brain, but the truth must be shown. The truth must be shown you in such a new and simple light that you can grasp it at once. This great advantage of simplicity and clarity is one of the fundamental reasons for my success, too, because these are the things that you will be taught in the Cosmic Connection online class. Because these are the people that I read. I read these books. I understand it, and I put all of the different things that I've learned from this person, I put that and I apply it to my Cosmic Connection online class. Okay? And hold your questions for when I'm done with this. All right. Just hold the questions for later on. Right. So, not only is it necessary to eradicate all these errors from your brain, but the truth must be shown. The truth must be shown you in such a new and simple light that you can grasp it at once. This great advantage of simplicity and clarity is one of the fundamental reasons for my success. Withal, my teachings cover the truth. Incidentally, whatever simply reasons cannot grasp is humbug. However scientific it may sound, right? You will learn how wrong and ignorant it is to believe that any special disease can be healed by eating the right food, living upon special menus, or undergoing long fast, if such is done without experience and without systems and special advice for each individual case. Let me read that again. You will learn how wrong and ignorant it is to believe that any special disease can be healed by eating the right food, living upon special menus, or undergoing long fasts, if such is done without experience and without systems and special advice for each individual use. Okay? Fasting. Let's talk about fasting. Fasting has been known for hundreds of years as a compensation. What page is that on, sis? 25. 25. Fasting has been known for hundreds of years as a compensation against every disease, as nature's only and infallible law. And the same applies to the mucusless diet, as stated in Genesis. And Genesis is the gene of Isis. And Isis is Aset. Isis is Aset. The gene of Isis is us. We have the gene of Isis. Okay? Aset, that's our mother. All right? That's our mother. Okay? The book I am reading is The Mucusless Diet Healing System by Professor Arnold E. Rett. All right? So, mucusless diet, as stated in Genesis, fruits and herbs, etc., green leaves. But why has it never come into general use and resultant universal success? Because it was never used systematically in accordance with the condition of the patient. See, that's another thing. Many people, everybody got a different illness. So just because I went on a fast for 3 days, don't mean that you can go on a fast for 3 days. You might have to go on a fast for 7 days, or even have to go on a fast for 40 days. You understand? It just all depends on the condition or the illness of the body, the particular body, or the thing. Not particular thing. Let me straighten that out. The particular symptom or the particular illness or the particular condition of the person. So my fasting may be different from what you have to do fasting wise. Okay? Because it was never used systematically in accordance with the condition of the patient, the average man has not the slightest idea what the necessary eliminative process is, what time it requires, how and how often his diet must be changed, what it means to cleanse the body of the terrible quantities of waste he has accumulated in his body during his life. Let me just say one thing. Right? Dealing with fasting, right? Just let's let me just say one thing real quick, right? If you look around in nature or whatever, like you see like gorillas, you see tigers, you see lions and stuff like that. Whenever they are ill, they fast. You get what I'm saying? They're not eating nothing. Whenever, if you look around in nature, in with other species or whatnot, when an animal is not feeling good or is something wrong with them, they fast. The same way where when you are ill, when you're sick, or when you go in, when you have a fever, what happens? The body naturally, you don't want to eat. The body naturally forces you not to even have an appetite. So that goes to show you that there's a buildup of mucus within the body that you have to eliminate. And as a result, you might have a fever or whatnot, because fever is just a symptom letting you know that, listen, there's some shit in my body that needs to, come up out of it, right? Good thing for these fevers. But at the end of the day, when you have these fevers, people, we tend to lose our appetite. We don't even want to eat. We just want to rest and get some sunlight, or rather even drink some water, because water is food. You want to hydrate the body. You see, you want to hydrate the body. So at the end of the day, think about it in that way. Like, fasting is something natural and systematically that we have to incorporate and understand when we are clogged up. When we clogged up, if you're not going to use the number 2 every day, and I'm talking about using number 2 on a solid basis or whatnot, like ain't no pebbles. I'm not talking about no pebbles. Okay, I'm not talking about no little short one. I'm talking about a fucking solid bowel movement. If you are not doing a fucking solid bowel movement, you need the next diet or next thing that you have to incorporate is fruits. Fiber containing fruits. You need to loosen that digestive system up, because you're constipated, which is a dis-ease. Okay, which is a dis-ease. All right. So, disease is an effort of the body to eliminate waste, mucus, and toxemias. And this system assists nature in the most perfect and natural way. Not the disease, but the body is to be healed. It must be cleansed, freed from waste and foreign matters, from mucus and toxemias accumulated since childhood. We got a lot of shit that we've been. Let me tell you something. Not even childhood. Let's talk about what our mother ate when we was in the motherfucking womb. Let's talk about what our mother fed us. My mother, she Haitian, so I'm a rice and bean baby. Starch all in my belly. You feel what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. Most of us, our parents was not on that vegan stuff, on that plant-based thing. Eating natural, drinking a lot of water and stuff like, we wasn't that. So we talking even about what we have accumulated since genetically in the womb. We got to get on that. And so when people ask me about, hey, how can I be successful being a vegan or going into this veganism, quote unquote, I always say, listen, you got to detox first. You get what I'm saying? We have to cleanse. We got to cleanse the temple. The body is the temple. Ain't no church. This is church. This is the temple. You see? All right? So, from mucus and toxemias accumulated since childhood. You cannot buy health in a bottle. You cannot heal your body, that is, cleanse your system in a few days. You must make compensation for the wrong you have done your body all during your life. My system is not a cure or a remedy. It is a regeneration, a thorough house cleaning, the acquisition of such clean and perfect health as you never knew before. Okay? Remember, your constitutional encumbrances throughout the entire system are the source of every disease, the greatest and most harmful source of lowered vitality, imperfect health, lack of strength and endurance, and any and all imperfect conditions. All have their source in the colon, never perfectly emptied since your birth. Look at that, since your birth. Okay, since your birth. Nobody on earth today has an ideally clean body and therefore perfectly clean blood. On some real shit, I felt that. You get what I'm saying? It's true. Not perfectly. Like when you talk about perfectly, probably a newborn baby who mother is a raw foodist or a diet. Probably her. That child. You get what I'm saying? But for us, for adults who's been, you get what I'm saying, dipping and dabbling into some stuff, not been cheating and doing all that stuff, our blood ain't clean. Our blood is not clean. Okay? And I can say my blood ain't all the way clean either. But guess what? I'm consistent with mines. And I can keep it real and say that because I'm no different than anybody else. I'm just on another level with it. And I'm just consistent with it. And I'm just dedicated with it. And I am just a person that follows what my body tells me to do. That's it. You gotta mind, body, and soul. You gotta listen to what the body is telling you. That's it. Right? So, remember, okay, nobody on earth today has an ideally clean body and therefore perfectly clean blood. What medical science calls normal health is, in fact, a pathological condition. Normal health is a pathological condition, okay? In summer, the human mechanism is an elastic pipe system. The diet of civilization is never entirely digested and the resultant waste eliminated. The entire pipe system is slowly constipated, especially at the place of the symptoms and the digestive tract. This is the foundation of every disease. To loosen this waste, eliminate it intelligently and thoroughly, and to control this elimination can only be done perfectly by the mucusless diet healing system. Okay? Latent, acute, and chronic disease. No longer a mystery. Let's just get into that. And then I'm going to take some questions, right? The first lesson has now given you an insight as to what disease actually is. In addition to mucus and its toxemas in the system, there are other foreign matters such as uric acid, toxins, etc., and especially drugs if ever used. I learned through the years of practical experience that drugs are never eliminated as is the waste from foods, but are stored up in the body for decades. Hundreds of cases have come under my observation where drugs have taken 10, 20, 30, and even 40 years were expelled together with mucus through this perfect healing system. This is a fact of basic importance, especially for the practitioner. When these chemical poisons, after being dissolved, are taken back into the circulation for elimination through the kidneys, the nerves and the hearts are affected, causing extreme nervousness, dizziness, and excessive heartbeats, as well as other strange sensation. And when he talk about drugs, I think this nigga talking about, when he talking about drugs, I think they talking about over-the-counter drugs, or you might be talking about some heroin, or you get what I'm saying, probably some coke, or whatever, because marijuana ain't drugs. Marijuana is not a drug. You get what I'm saying? Marijuana, weed, or whatever, that is an herb. That's herbs. That's not a drug. So, and we talking about a white man who wrote this book. So we gotta put our caps on to say, okay, well, who is he talking about? You get what I'm saying? Because 9 out of 10 times, or 8 out of 10 times, white folks, they take more, and this ain't no race thing. I'm not trying to, yo, how many people you know that's taking heavy over-the-counter drugs? We don't know too many black people that takes a lot of heavy over-the-counter drugs. White folks take a lot of heavy over-the-counter drugs. They do. They do. You know? And so I feel like that part right there is probably addresses them in a sense. But regardless to what, the information is still valid. Regardless to what, the information is still accurate, where based on Professor Arnold E. Rett's experience, he feels that drugs, quote unquote, takes about 10, 20, 30, or 40 years to eliminate from the body within itself. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the liver, and that's why blue vervain, that's on my site, is very important. You get what I'm saying? Or very crucial to detoxing the liver. Because the liver is the powerhouse, and the liver is what breaks down these drugs. You get what I'm saying? And as he said here, when these chemical poisons, after being dissolved, are taken back, right? When these drugs are taken back, okay, after being stored, when they're taken back into the circulation, okay, into the circulation for elimination through the kidneys. Understand this. Understand what's happening here. Understand what's happening here. So what's happening in here is that the drugs are being stored in the tissues or whatnot. You know, they perhaps they wasn't properly digested or broken down by the liver. So once you start with this mucus healing system, now these drugs comes out of the tissues and they're going into the circulatory system. Okay, they're going into the circulatory system because they need to be filtered out by the kidneys. Understand that. We got to understand what's going on here, right? So, when these chemical poisons, after being dissolved, are taken back into the circulation for elimination through the kidneys, the nerves and heart are affected, causing extreme nervousness, dizziness, and excessive heartbeats, as well as other strange sensations, right? The uninformed stands before a mystery and probably calls the family doctor, right? The uninformed, right? The person that doesn't have no knowledge or whatever the situation is, the uninformed stands before a mystery. So he's like, what the fuck? What's going on here? You get what I'm saying? What's going on here? Why am I dizzy? Why am I this? You know? So he stands before a mystery and probably calls, right, the family doctor, who now diagnoses the condition as heart disease, not knowing that he's healing, or it's accumulation of drugs in the system, not knowing that this is what's happening. So now this nigga diagnosed me with heart disease because I done said these are the different symptoms. And blames, right? So who now diagnoses the condition as heart disease and blames the lack of food instead of the drugs he prescribed 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? You ain't blaming him All right. The average normal man considered healthy has a chronic stored up accumulation of waste foods, poisons, and drugs. Okay. So let's get into the next chapter, next topic. This is his latent disease. When these latent disease matters are occasionally stirred up, for instance, by a cold, he expels great quantities of mucus and feels unhappy instead of enjoying nature's cleaning process. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? When we not feeling good or whatever, we feel grouchy and stuff like that. We don't want to talk. So we instead of us feeling like, oh, okay, we're eliminating certain foods and things of that nature, we feeling like, oh, I'm sick. No, go with this process. This is a process of elimination. You are eliminating mucus from your system when you're sick. Okay? He expels great quantities of mucus and feels unhappy instead of enjoying nature's cleaning process. If the quantity of loosened mucus is great enough to shock the entire system, more of less, but still not dangerous, it may be diagnosed as influenza. Okay, influenza. If the eliminating work of nature digs deeper into the system, especially into that important organ, the lungs, so much mucus and poison are loosened at once that the circulation has to work under great friction, similar to a dirty machine, or, for example, an automobile running with its brakes set. Okay, the friction produces abnormal heat, which is called fever. Okay, which is called fever. All right. Where you at? Which is called fever. And the doctors call it pneumonia, which is really a feverish effort on nature's part to free the most vital organs from its waste. So when you have a fever, I think I covered that. So when you have a fever or whatever, it's not that, it's just that mucus and things of that nature is starting to come out. You get what I'm saying? And now, I got a fever. I got to eat something. No, you got to chill. You got to fast. You got to allow the body to work itself. Because one thing that Dr. Africa did tell me, and this is from Dr. Africa, not from Jewel Pookrum, the body don't want to die. We don't want to die. We are immortal, so we do not want to die. So the body's going to do what it need to do to survive. But if you keep taxing it with some, craziness, then it's eventually it's going to break. It's going to crank out. I can't take it no more. Just like a bad relationship. If he or she is constantly, you get what I'm saying, abusing you physically or mentally and spiritually, yeah, you gonna weigh it out because you love this person. But then after a while, you like, yo, kick motherfucking rocks. So, right? So, where was I at? If the kidneys are called upon to eliminate this loosened mucus, thereby shocking this organ, it is called nephritis. Okay? And etc., etc. So, you got nephritis, you got pneumonia. You get what I'm saying? What else he said? Pneumonia. And there was another one that he said, but I can't get it right now. Influenza, right? So all of these different words or diagnosing just goes to show that it's just a buildup of mucus in the body that is trying to loosen up, and you need to go on a fast, or like I said, you need to drink some water, right? In other words, whenever nature endeavors to save a human life through her efforts, and that's why I like this book, because this person, Professor Arnold E. Retz, understand that nature is a woman. You get what I'm saying? Planet Earth, that's a feminine aspect. You get what I'm saying? So some white folks or whatever, they don't want to acknowledge nature as it is, as black people do. You get what I'm saying? Some white folks, oh, nature is. But it's shocking to me that this guy here, and that's probably why this is probably why Dr. Sebi recommends him so much, because Dr. Sebi, he's into nature and he's into worshiping, or not even worshiping, but he's into idolizing or giving praise to the woman, because nature is a woman aspect. Planet Earth right there, you got the gods in the earth. Don't tell me, listen, we're not going with who came first, the chicken or the egg. We're not going with that. We talk about energies here. And nature is earth. That's the mother. Okay? Which book I missed it. This book again is The Mucusless Diet Healing System by Professor Arnold E. Red. This is part of my teachings. Okay, this is part of my teachings. So if you are interested in my monthly online classes, these are some of the things that I teach, okay, in my online classes with my twist. I'm reading straight from his book, but with my twist is it's a good twist, right? So, in other words, whenever nature endeavors to save a human life through her efforts to eliminate feverishly mucus and its toxic products, it is called acute disease, right? The medical profession has over 4,000 names for different ailments. The derivation of the particular or special name of the disease is made up according to the respective local place of elimination, as I just mentioned not too long ago, or pertains to the congested point where the bloodstream finds it difficult of passage and cause pain, such as pain in the joints, as in cases of rheumatism, for example, right? So, for ages, this well-meaning effort and intended self-healing work of nature has been misunderstood and suppressed through the agency of drugs and the continuance of eating, despite the warning danger signals of pain and loss of appetite, right? Notwithstanding the help of the doctor. Help, in fact, often injuries and dangerous to the patient's life, okay? His vitality and especially his eliminating abilities are lowered, and nature proceeds slowly. When you go to the doctors and they put you on some like antibiotics or whatever the situation is, right? Under this handicapped nature cannot work as efficiently, requiring more time, and the case is then called chronic. The word chronic is derived from the Greek word chronos, meaning time, okay? So you will be taught in supplement to diagnose more about this mystery, okay? More about this mystery. Why the diagnosis? Laymen and even more dietetics expert, with the exception of myself, believe there is no need for diagnosing. You may ask, since there is only one disease, why the diagnosing? If all sickness is due to uncleanliness from uneliminated, undigested food, mucus, uric acid, toxemia, drugs, etc., why diagnosis, right? We shall now learn why fruit diet and fasting have produced such doubtful results, okay, through their incorrect use and misunderstanding, all right, caused through the belief that general rules of this cure are suitable for everybody and for every case. Nothing is further from the truth. No other cure requires so much individual specialization and continual changing to meet the reaction of the patient. This is why people who attempt these methods of cure without expert knowledge or advice frequently bring about serious results. So at the end of the day, if you're going through any kind of like, and again, you could do your self research. I always tell people, do your self research. You could do your self research, but just know what you're doing. Because like I said to you before, if you look at the animal kingdom or any other animal or species on this planet, when they are ill and they are sick, they are fasting. So what they know about fasting? They don't know shit about, they don't know what the word fasting is. It's just something. And again, these animals and stuff, they're in tune, they're more in tune with earth than we are, for some of us. You get what I'm saying? So they understand, their natural response is to, you know what, I'm gonna stop eating. I don't even want to eat. You get what I'm saying? I don't even want to eat. So, that's what it is. All right? That's what it is. Hey guys, what book is she reading from? Okay, good. Thank you for responding, right? So now this is another thing that I wanted to speak about. Okay. I wanted to speak about sugar. You get what I'm saying? Yesterday, and I'm about to post some information on that too. But yesterday, I was just going through different, YouTube videos and watching different things. And like, it's like, yo, like sugar, listen, if we want to make, let me tell y'all something, yo. If we want to make some motherfucking babies, we got to stop eating fucking sugar. I'm about to be the vegan patrol police. I'm about to start I'm about to start popping. I'm about to start pulling up at y'all crib. Like, yo, take this out your cabinet. If we want to have babies, we have to eliminate the sugar. We should eliminate. You know what sugar does? Sugar clogs you up. Like what the book said, okay, constipation. It clogs you up. It causes infertility, all right? In the arteries and in the veins, especially brothers, all right? Especially brothers. You don't experience this erectile dysfunction because your veins and your arteries is so clogged up that ain't no blood circulating through your motherfucking penis. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, go get that sour sap. Yes. Okay, you experiencing any type of blood ailments such as anemia or cancer or diabetes or anything of that nature, or you having this infertility thing, go get you some sour sap leaves. It's on my site. But at the end of the day, I always tell people, I give people the solution, but I also tell people, listen, what is it that you've been doing that has been causing this? It's not about, because at the end of the day, you still could be eating and taking your herbs and stuff like that, but yet you still putting the same thing that is causing the illness. You're still indulging in that. So it's a battle. You see what I'm saying? That is a battle. So we got to get out of the sugar, yo. We have been addicted to sugar. And let me tell you something. Most of us, we are emotional eaters. We eat for fucking anything. We eat for anything, and it's a psychological thing that happens with us as well. Because it's like, oh, well, I need love. Let me get some sugar. I'm missing love. Let me get some ice cream to fulfill me and stuff like that. And weight start gaining up on us and stuff like that. And we start feeling sluggish, and we start having we're lightheaded and stuff like that. We're not even secreting the way we want to secrete. Some of us is experiencing yeast infections and stuff. Come on, queen. Come on, queen. Like, what's up? What's really good? We don't want to just for what? For food? For sugar? For sugar. Let's talk. You understand? Let's. And I'm not saying, oh, you can't have a snack or a treat, because I overstand. And I am a vegan. I do not eat flesh, but I am gentle with those that do. Like, I'm not that vegan that is like, oh, ew, gotta eat. Because I understand that everybody can't be a vegan. I understand that it is a bit, you get what I'm saying, traumatic, or not even traumatic, but challenging. This is something that you've been doing all your life. You don't know nothing, and they got seasoning, and your taste buds is just addicted to that. So I understand. But what I'm also telling you is that these are the very same thing. This sugar and this salt is the very same thing that your juices ain't coming down the way you want it to come down, and your dick ain't motherfucking fucking erect to the motherfucking sky in the morning as it's supposed to. Let's talk about it. I'm keeping it real, as I always do. I'm keeping it so gutter. So at the end of the day, you understand, I have blue vervain on my website. You get what I'm saying? I have blue vervain on my website that deals with detoxing the liver, okay? Balancing out the central nervous system, your nerves, pushing things through, you know what I'm saying, the nerves, helps with infertility. The blue vervain definitely helps with fertility, and I'm actually a bit sold out, and I only got a little bit left of the blue vervain, because once I put up that post that this is one of Dr. Sabi's favorite herb, a lot of people bought it. You get what I'm saying? But the blue vervain is very, very, very good for the central nervous system. And if the central nervous system is not operating, that's like the light of the body. You switch it on and off. The central nervous system is like the light, the electricity of the body. That's why Dr. Sabi said the body is electrical. Why is he saying the body is electrical? He's saying that the body is electrical because our body is based on, or is ran by, our central nervous system, our neurons. You see all of that messages and signals that goes from organ to organ, tissue to tissue, function to function, organs to organs. You get what I'm saying? That is, our body is electrical. So if our central nervous system is not properly functioning, you see, if it's not properly functioning, get you some blue vervain. If you are experiencing anemia, chronic fatigue, if you are battling a drug problem, yeah, but if you're battling a sugar addiction, you see what I'm saying? If you are anemic, if I didn't say that, I think I said it, but I don't remember because I'm flowing. If anything dealing with the blood, you know what I'm saying? Get you some soursop leaves. Soursop leaves is known to reverse cancer. And cancer ain't nothing but a buildup of toxins in the body any goddamn way. You see what I'm saying? How you spell it? How you spell what? Which one? Blue vervain or soursop leaves? Vervain? I think he's talking about blue vervain, or she's talking about blue vervain. Blue, BLUE, and vervain, VERVAIN. I have it on my site. The link is in my bio for Instagram. And for Facebook, I just posted something with my website. You can click that. You can click the website and go and copy you some. And let me tell you something. Like, I'm just, as I always do, I only recommend the things that I do. And for me, I am constantly on herbs. That's why, my sex drive, not for nothing, although I am a sexual person, you get what I'm saying? Although that is by default, my diet also plays a part of me, and it's natural. It's natural because we are all sexual people. We are all sexual people. There's nobody on this fucking live feed right now that don't like to have sexual intercourse frequently. But if you like to do it, but it ain't working, get it to work. Get you some sour sap. As a matter of fact, moringa. What about moringa seeds or moringa leaves or whatever? The moringa has so much nutrients in the leaves itself. If you're lacking any type of nutrients, you get what I'm saying? Superfood. Get you the moringa. Moringa is no nigga. The Egyptians talked about moringa. And with my purchase, with my order or whatever, I provide the seeds. And the seeds is a whole nother ball, is a whole nother healing system within itself. The seeds of the moringa is a whole nother, you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got that. I got the blood power, which is the blood, the detox to cleanse the blood. If like the book said, if you have a particular illness or whatever, it might be constipated in a particular area of your body, but it's everywhere. Cleanse your blood. You know what I'm saying? Cleanse your blood. Make sure that this nigga said, I don't. I don't what? You don't like to have sexual intercourse? I ain't even gonna say nothing. Then fine. You know what I mean? Teach his own. You one out of 1,000 people that don't like to get your boat rocked and don't like to do something strange for a little piece of change. That's fine. But that's none of my business. Why do some die from cancer? Why do some die from cancer? Maybe too late, but I have know folks that have lived a organic life and use herbs and have died of cancer, and that can be actually true. You know why that can be true? Number one, it depends on the herbs that they was taking, because based on my perception is that some people take Chinese herbs, right? And for me, I just feel like Chinese herbs are for Chinese people. Chinese herbs, Chinese people. Chinese food, Chinese people. Okay? So is the herbs that these people was taking alkaline or whatever, or specifically for that particular situation? And then two, it could be, and my cousin died from pancreatic cancer too. He went to Dr. Sabi. Dr. Sabi cured him or whatever. He came back and he made the transition. Why? Because the amount of toxins that was released from his bloodstream, okay, the amount of toxins that was released from his bloodstream as he was healing was too much for the body to handle. And so the body cranked out on him. And so he made the transition. Because the immune system is not strong enough. You see. The immune system wasn't strong enough. So, yeah, although, you get what I'm saying? And it also depends on if it's at an acute stage, if it's at a latent stage, or is it at a chronic stage? You see, if it's at a chronic stage. So, I'm just saying this to say that my products, my product is organic. I got organic stuff. My products are good for your health. Okay, my products are not expensive at all. I just got some labels in or whatever. Like, my bags didn't come in yet, but I have a whole lot of shipping that I have to do. So those people that purchase my herbs, they're not going to get the fancy bags, but they're going to get the labels, because my labels finally came in or whatever. Because most of us, we're on it. We're on, and like I said, I feel like before we go into this healthy veganism lifestyle, we gotta cleanse. We gotta detox. Dr. Jewel Pukram speaks on that. She was vegan 22 years and got cancer. Found out her emotional state is the cause of the cancer. Fix that cancer. Fix that and fix that cancer. Absolutely. Because it's all about mind, body, and soul. Even people, like a lot of my sisters that are going through like depression and stuff like that, I'm like, listen, you have to heal your yoni. I have yoni steams on my site, which I call Flower Power. A lot of they be taking advantage of that. Shout out to the sisters that be taking advantage of, building or taking care of your yoni. Even with that, because what happens is when we are having a lot of sexual intercourse with different men, or we're having sexual intercourse with men that don't love us, or that we thought loved us, or that it didn't work out, 9 out of 10 times we still feel some type of way, because guess what? He was up in that yoni. His phallus was in your shit. Mm, mm. And so what happens is when we make this separation, that union between two souls or whatnot, we need to detox from that. And so I always recommend my clients or my sisters or whatnot to do the yoni steaming. Very beautiful thing. I take my yoni steam. I do my yoni steam at times after my menstrual cycle, because I'm just refreshing and it smells so good. So anybody who ever bought a yoni steam from me know that my yoni steam, that smells good. It smells wonderful, and I'm not even lying. I don't lie any goddamn way. Not to my clients, at least. Everybody lie. I'm keeping it real. I don't lie to my clients now, I don't lie to the people, My personal life, yeah, I might say a little white lie here and there, but no. So, does condoms affect both men and women? It depends on the condom that you're using. Have you ever heard of Cephas Hot Shop? No. I ain't hear nothing about that. When last you been to Jamaica? I mean, what's the questions? I mean, June? And I'm going back soon, but honestly speaking, I don't know why people use condoms, actually. You understand? Condom is for protection. If you having sex with a person and you gotta use condoms, you shouldn't be having sex with that person, because you don't trust that's like an oxymoron thing. I'm allowing this person to come into my sacred space, but yeah, I need to use a condom because I don't know who this person is or what this person is doing or whatever. You get what I'm saying? I'm not all the way. So what is sex really? What is really sex? What is it to you? So me personally, I don't be having sexual intercourse with any, mini, and miny mo. I'm going to be intimate with someone that I want to be with. That I feel like, all right, if I was to get pregnant by this brother, I'm good. I'm not using any. I haven't used condoms. Wait, let me think. A long time. Let's just say it like that. You understand? I had this Indian girl that I was sleeping with, and I feel like she was the devil. I swear I thought I was the only that felt like this. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like I said, this session really is all about, like, not session, but this live broadcast is all about, like, building and understanding the foundation of diseases or a disease. You understand? Just understanding that if you have a disease or a problem or a clog up in one particular area of your body, just know that it's everywhere in your body, because we're talking about the river. You understand? What do you use for birth control? What did this nigga use for birth control that time? I don't know. Because why would you want to control birth? That's just like using condoms. If you dealing with the love of your life, this is what I'm saying. If you dealing with the love of your life and you really feeling this person, like, see, me personally, I really can't be answering those kind of questions, because I don't just be opening the box up to everybody. That's not good. That's when all these sexual demons and start coming onto you, and you're feeling it, and you don't know who, and you don't know how, and it's too much. So again, to everyone that in a sense have been going through different, and I'm speaking about the sisters, that you've been going through these different sexual partners, and you just want to break, and you just want to release, and you just want to spiritually detach yourself from this person's soul, definitely get you a yoni steam. Purchase a yoni steam from my site. I'm your sister. I'm telling you what it is. And again, the men that are going through with the erectile dysfunction or with the central nervous system, you want to get you the blue vervain. It's on my site. Or even the blood power. And in Jamaica, they call it the Medina Bush. The Medina Bush is used for the phallus, for them. That's what they use it for. They for back dry or monkey back or something back or whatever they call it. That's what the Medina Bush is. Which on my site I named it the blood power. Okay. A question missed by a brother who do. Wait, hold up. What? A question missed by a brother. Who do men remove a woman's toxic energy? As a woman, I know for me, but for men that's interested. Did I read that right? Or a question missed by a brother. Who do men remove a woman's toxic energy? As a woman, I know for me, but I don't. I'm sorry, good sister. I don't know. I'm not understanding the question actually. Financially, I can't afford it. I am married, but don't need any more kids. Okay, I get it. I get it, but you know what? There's a herb that you can use to make her not fertile. And I believe, and again, black cohosh is used for fertility, but black cohosh is also used if you want to become, like, it's an infertile herb as well. But if you use black cohosh like just by itself and consistent, that will make her not be able to have children. You get what I'm saying? But you just gotta look into that, because there is natural ways of birth controls. There is natural ways of birth control. I don't remember my cousin, he was having sexual intercourse with his girlfriend, and he said he told me what he did, and she didn't get pregnant for a very long time. How do men remove a woman's toxic energy? Okay, so how do the brothers remove toxic energy from a woman? Well, because see, the thing about it is, I would just say releasing their energy from the mind. You know why? Because we are innies and men are outies. So they're the plug. You get what I'm saying? So there's nothing really that is being absorbed. Like, nothing is being absorbed. Oh shit. See, Facebook got deleted. Nothing is really being absorbed. I told them to come to Instagram. Nothing is really being absorbed when we dealing with the man phallus. You get what I'm saying? But when we dealing with the female reproductive system, like, it's like a whole entire universe. That's why they call her the yoni-verse. The yoni. And so our muscle or our vibration, and we can hold life. So for them, I feel like the way that you just remove as brothers, the way that you remove a female's energy, It's just by releasing her. You get what I'm saying? Just by releasing her mentally. Or rather, I'm going to say send her positive vibes, because that's what you want for yourself. So you want to release this woman who has been, you get what I'm saying, in a toxic relationship prior to you, by just sending this particular person positive love. And again, not having sexual intercourse with X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z. Um, okay, so that was my question. All right, cool. I mean, even a matter of fact of it being easy, because it all depends on your mental state. So it may sound easy, but because you've been having sexual intercourse with this woman, it's really, and again, there's many different ways. I'm just speaking about the way that I think or feel is best. You understand? So, or even again, just like affirmations, or you could take spiritual baths in a sense. Um, so many different things that you can do as a brother to release a sister's negative aura. Okay. Um, break free of soul ties. Anyhow, so uh brothers and sisters, thank you all for tuning in to today's live. I am trying to come, not trying to come, but I am trying to, in a sense, I'm attempting to come more live, because my clients or my followers been, asking, or rather, excuse me, not asking, but requesting for my appearance a little bit more than what I've been doing. So I want to come today and share share the healing, the mucus healing diet, and speak to you all about the different products that you can take, if you're experiencing certain things. And again, the link is in my bio. My website is in my bio. I have Oshun baths on my bio. Not on my bio. I have Oshun baths on my website. I have Yemaya baths on my website. I have Eshwalegwa baths that many of people can, take for spiritual purposes and things of that nature. I have sage. Just sage. Sage is a very powerful herb that will release a lot of things from your path, right? You got the blue vervain, you have moringa, you get what I'm saying, which is the superfood. You have soursap leaves, right? Soursap leaves helps with, correcting certain cellular blood cells, right, in the body. And the blood is the most important. I mean, the circulatory system is like, it's like the water, the Nile River of our body. So we want to consistently be detoxing the blood from, impurities and things of that nature, right? So we can reverse high blood pressure. We can reverse diabetes. We can reverse cancer. We can reverse, you get what I'm saying? Just the different things. That's the chronic fatigue, Alzheimer's. That's all of the different things that, even eczema, if you're consistently drinking the soursop, you can reverse eczema, okay? And then I have the blue vervain, which deals with the central nervous system, right? So in any event, you can head over, get you some herbs, purchase, and just start with your program. Like I said, this is the things that I do daily. Like every day, I'm taking in some herbs. Rather, it is my maca powder, okay? Rather, it's my maca powder, or rather, it's my moringa, or my soursop, because I take my own herbs, as most people know. I take my own herbs. I don't take nobody else herbs other than the fig tree herbs, which is Dr. Sabi's first wife, Ma'a. Like, other than that, I take my own herbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, I'm big on this. I'm big on the sea moss, which is sold out. I'm big on the sea moss. Okay. So in any event, brothers and sisters, thank you. I will be coming back on live. I plan to come back on live on Wednesday, and I will be speaking about hormonal imbalance. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about hormonal imbalance and things of that nature. Okay. So tell a friend to tell a friend, tag, whoever, tell your friends about me, follow my page for, more updates and things of that nature. And I thank you all for the love and the support and you tuning into my broadcast. Peace. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Love you all from the bottom of my apex. Y'all my niggas, yo. Y'all my niggas. Peace.